In this video, we'll be looking at the implied volatility. We'll see what it represents, where does it come from, what is the statistical meaning behind the implied volatility, and how you can actually use it for your advantage in your trading. Hopefully at the end of this video, you'll have understood the implied volatility in a better way, and you will be able to use it in your own trading. But first of all, what is the implied volatility? To make it simple, the implied volatility represents what the market thinks about a certain stock. What is going to be the next movement for that particular asset? And the implied volatility is represented as a percentage, basically showing what is the average move for that particular asset that the market thinks is going to happen. And the implied volatility always represents a one standard deviation move. But now we need to define what is the one standard deviation move. Standard deviations are ways to understand how the data are spread around the mean. That's something used a lot in statistics, and that's very useful to understand how spread is the data around a certain mean. So let's imagine that in a class, students take a test about math subject or whatever it is, and the test is graded from 0 to 100. If the mean of that test, of the results of that test are 85 and the standard deviation is very small, it means that most of the students have had grades around that mean, around 85. However, if the standard deviation is very big, it means that the data is very spread, meaning that students are not at all around the mean. Some had 1, some had 100, some had 2, and meaning that the data is very, very spread. And another example of the standard deviation, so you fully grasp the concept, is for example the weather. Let's imagine that during the summer the average temperature was 25 degrees Celsius. If the standard deviation is actually very small, it means that on a daily basis, the temperatures during the summer were very close to the mean, meaning that they were very close to the 25 degrees. For example, we had 23 degrees, we had 26 degrees, we had 24 degrees. It means that overall, on a daily basis, all the values of the temperature were very close to the mean. However, if the standard deviation is actually bigger, it means that on a daily basis, the mean was not representing at all what happened on a daily basis, and the temperatures were going, for example, from 10 degrees to 30 degrees, coming back to 5 degrees, and however, the mean was at 25 degrees. So you can see that the smaller the standard deviation, the closer the data is to the mean, and the bigger the standard deviation, the more spread the data is around the mean. And back to our implied volatility, as I said that the implied volatility was representing a one standard deviation move, if you have a stock that is worth $100, for example, and you have an implied volatility of 20%, it means that we expect a movement of $20 in whether up or down, meaning that the stock has 68% chance of staying within a range of from $80 to $120. And one thing to understand is that the implied volatility is not a static number. As we know now that the implied volatility is derived from the option prices, and we know that the option prices are moving, they're not static, so does the implied volatility, meaning that as the option prices are going to move, so does the implied volatility. And it's important to understand that as the option prices are moving, so does the implied volatility for those options. And the next question is, how do we know if actually the option prices that we have for certain assets are actually cheap or expensive? Because if I tell you that a stock is worth $100 and has an implied volatility of 50%, meaning that it's going to move either way by $50, how do we know if it's actually a big implied volatility or if it's actually a low implied volatility? You need to be able to look at what happened in the past to understand if it's actually going to be expensive or not. And to understand the concept of how expensive is an option, let's imagine that I was telling you that Amazon right now is worth $3. How do you know if $3 for Amazon is actually cheap or expensive? To understand how something is cheap or whether expensive, you need to look at what happened before. And as of right now, Amazon is worth around $3,000 if I'm not mistaken. If I was telling you that tomorrow is going to be worth $3, that would be a great sell to make. And that's exactly the same for implied volatility. To understand how cheap or how expensive option prices are, you need to understand how option prices were in the past. And a good way to understand how option prices were in the past is to look at the IV rank and IV percentile, which are going to let you know how expensive or how cheap deep the option prices for certain asset are at the current time. And with that IV rank or IV percentile, depending on what you prefer, you can actually know how cheap or expensive option prices are based on how was the implied volatility in the past. So those are very useful tools to understand where are the option prices right now based on what happened in the past. And I hope that it made sense and that now you understand a bit better the implied volatility, the standard deviation moves. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to comment below. And if you like that video, please subscribe and like. That would be the best support that you can give me. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.